we have Random Booster Volume 14. So today for our Beyblade show, finally, we have the latest set of the Random Booster. This time it is Volume 14. And as we can see, it looks absolutely stunning. So, if you don't know what a Random Booster is, as you can see right here, a Random Booster is a series where it comes with a total of 7 random bays and 1 prize Beyblade. And yeah, that's kind of it. 7 have random combinations, 1 actual main prize one. Of course, we'll be going over everything. It took a while to actually arrive here. This Random Booster is very interesting. Oh, and by the way, hold on, before we continue, you got a backstory for that, but 1,000 likes is our like goal. Let us try to beat it. And you want to know something else? I'm going to be doing also kind of like a contest, sort of just like a shout out type of thing. So I don't know too much about Driger Fang, like the actual backstory to it. I think the owner is Ray, which is from the previous old generation. Whoever is able to make a lengthy comment giving a description for the Bay and the Blader, and maybe also what battles they want to see, feel free to, and that will get pinned on this video. And the next time I do a Driger Fang video, you will get a shout out. So that is sort of like a little contest, I guess, just to get a little people excited. But regardless, this Random Booster series is really like wacky with how we ended up here. The reason being is that now, instead of having, you know, actually cool random bays, we still get the random parts. However, the layers are actually based on old rare Beyblades. Well, not really that old. It's pretty recent for the bays that they're actually doing. But you'll see bays like, this is a campaign winning Valkyrie, which if you don't know the actual backstory to it, it originally came out around the time of the original releases like Achilles, Fornius, Valkyrie. I think it was around Bloody Longinus. So this was winning Valkyrie 7 Xtend. And they have done the layer for that one. That was a campaign one. The next one is also pretty interesting because, well, I'm actually just going in the order of the bays I have right now. They did a Bloody Longinus, which I think was the Crimson version, which is also a campaign. You had to spend like a lot of money, but the thing is, it was over like 3 months for the both of them, so it was 3 months to get the whole. Is this Achilles, which this Achilles I believe is from a tournament. I think it's a decently rare Achilles. There's another one which is the Gachi Legend Spriggan layer, which there was no combo for this one. I just put it with some parts. And finally, Black Spriggan Requiem, which is probably the best parts if you were able to get to this booster set, because Black Spriggan Requiem was like 1 in every 72, I believe. There are some slight modifications to these Beyblades this time around. Going in the order of this stuff, as we can see, number 1 is obviously going to be Valkyrie with 1 Prime Operate. We then after have Black Spriggan Requiem, which is 7 Absorb. We then after have Longinus, which is 3 Press. And then after we have Achilles, which is 13 Turn Blow Prime. After that, there is the Gachi Spriggan, which is 5 Reach Eternal. Artemis, 12 Meteor Sword. And then after we have Left Apollos, which is 4 Proof Orbit. After our last one, which is Driger Fang 0 Xtend. Please leave a comment too, because I do know they try to base off the parts on similar to the gears in the anime, and I know, what is it? Ray has a Driger Fang. So we are with our first Beyblade, which is winning Valkyrie. So give a quick breakdown too. These are basically quick combos, which is Cho-z Achilles, 0 Meteor Blow Prime, Cho-z Valkyrie, 7 Proof Eternal, and then after Cho-z Spriggan, 3 Turn Orbit. It's whatever, I don't care all that much. So with this bay right here, the layer is pretty much almost identical to the original campaign one. This is the campaign one, this is the original. I've even checked the teeth. The teeth are almost exactly the same. And it comes with 1 dash or 1 prime. Now, it's not really too bad the fact that you're getting Valkyrie, which is a golden layer, and then after you get 1 dash, that's it's a pretty good deal, I would say. You can use that for some decent attack combos. Now, what is cool is that we have not seen an alternate operate. Now we finally have it. So it is in the theme colors. I would say Spring Requiem Zeta. It does look very nice. It's very, lock mechanisms and everything work as they usually should. Very nice. Overall, it's alright, I guess. It's okay. Quick level shit testing, by the way, showing it on there. It's whatever. I mean, you do get the gold winning Valkyrie layer, and if you never got the campaign one, you basically get this one fully assembled. But let's see how good the teeth are with this combo. This combo is, with how tight it is for the stock, it's decent, I would say. It's alright. Overall, I'm going to probably give this maybe a 7 out of 10. Also, I forgot to show, this is a teaser for Beyblade vs. Gachi, which is the next upcoming bay. Now, next up, we've got a bay that is legitimately hyped-worthy. Black Spriggan Requiem 7 Absorb. We have not seen Absorb anywhere else other than Geist Fafnir. It is a yellow one, which is alright. 7, alright disc. And we have Spriggan Requiem, the black one. I actually have my original one that I was able to get. So it looks like they've changed the gear in the middle. Does look like it's a different mold. It's red this time around. There's no stickers or anything like that. But it looks like the teeth are changed up a bit. So what I actually want to do is I want to do quick tests because these should both be in right. I want to see which is tighter. So this is, they're pretty much exactly the same. So not bad. Not bad at all. So it does seem like the mold's a little bit different on the actual wings there. But other than that, you pretty much, this is actually what I would say. If you're getting this booster and you pull this, it's a pretty good deal because Black Spriggan Requiem was so rare at the time. Now you're able to actually get this and it comes with Absorb. So I'm going to probably give this probably a 9.5 out of 10. Now we got a pretty boring one, Bloody Longinus. Here is the layer. Is there any real difference between the original one? Yes, the core in the middle is transparent. Other than that, it's pretty much exactly the same. Whatever, core in the middle is just a little bit different, so I guess slight modifications to the actual mold. 3, which 3 is not that bad. Press, which I'm a little annoyed with. Press is like, whatever, it's a little bit outdated, I would say, and I would have preferred press dash, at least, you know what I mean? That would have been a little more exciting than just having that. I got a little lucky there. 4 stars in the Longinus. So we have Cho-z Achilles, well, Cho-z, we have Z Achilles, because we have the Cho-z Bay Achilles. So it was a very nice layer, and they actually did bring this here. So I was right. I did say it was sort of like a tournament thing. I was wrong, actually. Not really a tournament. It's just more of a challenge to actually beat it to get it. Regardless, this is the layer. 13, which 13's alright. Turn, we've been getting actually a lot of turn. We've got Blow Dash, which kind of sucks because it's not even like it's a different color. They're just using the similar color schemes, I guess. I don't know why. So probably for my rating for this Achilles overall, it's probably going to be like, yeah, Salamander. So it is a different color, but still either way. I'm probably going to give this maybe a 6.5. Actually, with the Prime Driver, it is super tight. So that is I'm probably going to bump this up to 7. Next up, we've got a Geshin Legend Spriggan. This was an evil Spriggan lair. So I believe this also was the same format for the challenge. You had to beat something in order to get it. It's not actually that bad at all. You get 5, all right, and you get a golden reach frame, which is actually pretty sick, and Eternal, which Eternal is actually pretty decent. It is in a nice color scheme, being sort of like revolve. So it's not really that bad, and if you're wondering on the differences for how the actual layers look like compared to the original, I do have the original one right here. The stickers are just not shiny. That's kind of it for the most part, but it's not that bad. I'd probably give this a solid 8 for what you actually get. It's actually pretty decent, solid 8. So we're gonna move on to our next bay. For our next Beyblade, we have Left Apollos, which was only obtainable in the Muso Stadium, or the Duo Muso Bay Stadium. So actually, if you get this, it's really good because if you never got that big set, which is probably expensive for a lot of people, you can get this booster and you're able to actually get the layer. Very nice. It is Left Apollos, blue, 12, Meteor, and Sword, which Sword kind of sucks. They could have done Iron Prime, or Sword Dash, something like that. They did a Volcanic Dash, which I don't really get why they didn't do it, so I will probably do, I'll do a quick combination at the end with the two, but out of 10, I'd probably give this an 8. So, Right Artemis is actually a different case too, because there's no real negative to getting this as well, because you get the proof frame, and the proof frame is really hard to get. Like, unless you get that Fafnir set, if you get the booster, you get a red proof, which is not that bad at all. You get the Right Artemis layer, which again, like I've said, is actually pretty decent. And you get Orbit. Orbit's not that bad. Could maybe Orbit Dash, or at least a better color for Orbits, but whatever. Overall, I've got to say for these two, it's really not a bad pull if you get either of them. I'm going to probably give this one, since it does have better parts, I would say, or better options for the parts, I'd probably give this a 9. And now what I want to do actually is sort of cut to when they're both combined to create either right or left eclipse. So there we go, we've got right eclipse. So what I want to do now is actually combine it with some of the other halves. Yeah, so we can actually have cool combinations all together. So yeah, I'm going to cut to where I just actually, you want to know what, this is sick, just having this all together, because look, when it spins, it kind of looks a little purplish. Kind of. We've now got our final bay, which is Driger Fang. So I got no complaints for this one. Like, it's the prize Beyblade, and actually a fun fact, Drasil was actually supposed to be a part of this random booster along with the Holy White Knight Valkyrie. However, they cut it to be replaced with Apollo and Artemis, which I guess would make sense since this booster has to have some sort of prize Beyblade, so putting one old gen there would make the most sense. You get Zero, not a bad disc at all, pretty good disc to have. You get Xtend, which in itself, it's not really that bad. However, I will now be replacing my black Achilles Xtend Plus with this new one, so now Driger Fang can have an Xtend Plus on it, so thank God. Because now you can get battles where it's a little bit more interesting and a little bit more effective, so we are going to be removing this right now. Can remove it? Does it want to get out? Does it? There we go. And let's put it on. There we go. Driger Fang with Xtend Plus. I'll probably leave that chip there. I'm going to keep it like that. Teeth are actually not that bad at all. They're fairly decent, especially for an old gen bay. Old gen bays are usually pretty weak, but we'll see how it works in battle. I think Xtend Plus with Driger Fang is what's going to really keep this bay pretty decent in battles. But so if you purchase the random booster and you manage to get the prize Beyblade, you do get a Beyblade Burst Gachi chip. So opening this right here, I didn't get it yet. I want to see what this is. Oh my god, this actually looks sick. So we don't know anything about this. I have done a speculation video and reporting on this since we did get leaks for the core of the Beyblade. Our date is 2019 March 15th. It's fairly thin, it's pretty small. This sort of reminds me, this could possibly be some sort of level chip for the Gachi bays, which look at how nice this looks. So I do want to weigh it. We have our scale right here, so it's in grams. It is about 7.8 grams. It's about 7.8 grams. So this chip is about 7.8, which is actually pretty interesting. I don't know if this is going to be the only metal for the new Beyblade Burst Gachi bays, but very, very interesting. Now we're at our final stage, test launch portion. Let's see how these bays look. Let's first start off with Cho-z Achilles. Not too bad, not too bad. Looks nice. Whoa, easy there, Achilles. Next up, let us do the Gashin Legend Spriggan. Whoa, look at Spriggan. It's very nice. I'm not a fan of some of these choices, but I still gotta admit these bays look super, super nice when they are spinning in the stadium. Like, they did pick some pretty good choices in terms of some of these bays. Obviously not all of them. Look at it go. All right, so next up, we have got, what should we actually do next? Let us do, this is left, so we'll do Apollo. Yeah, this actually looks really good when it's spinning. Like when it's going around the Bay Stadium, like that is nice. So I do actually want to change the theme for this Bay to be white. You'll stop it. Next up, let us do Longinus, which it's all right. Doesn't really look all too good. Next up, we have got Valkyrie, which I do want to try out in 2 different modes. So yeah, there we go. Is that defense or was that attack? That was, no, that was defense. Now for attack, it'll be more like this. Yeah. And then after we, of course, have got Apollos. Artemis. We have got Artemis. I always mix up the two, man. That's my mistake. We, of course, now have got Spriggan Requiem. I love, this is probably my favorite one out of the whole booster. We got Driger Fang. No, we gotta get a close-up of Driger Fang. Look at that one. Look at how nice it looks. Look, I might not know too much about the old generation, but my god, man, I can appreciate the base that they did have in it. So what I want to do next is, I figured what I would do is I would do the main Beyblade against the other ones to see how they perform. So of course, we've got Requiem. And we've got Driger Fang. With Driger Fang, shouldn't lose any of these bays except maybe Valkyrie. It's so crazy. And I might actually do a little battle royale at the end. It just depends on what we have. I'll have Driger and attack. Which Xtend plus. Okay! That was a big hit. Driger, come on! Whoa! Those were big hits, man! Oh, bro, Driger still lost. Hey, you wanna know what? A little close to bursting, but with Xtend Plus, it actually can take some direct hits from Cho-z bays. Wanna have it in attack again? It's actually not too bad with the performance. Like, I wanna cut this battle short. It's gonna be a stamina match. And the fact that it can take all these hits all together and go crazy at it. Hey, and Driger Fang won that one. Shout out to Xtend Plus for helping it just a little bit. Remember when I said I don't like sword? Can you see why I don't like sword? Of course, Xtend Plus helped at the end. Longinus. Okay. That would have been a knockout. Not bad at all. So what I want to do to end it off is I want to do a giant battle royale. If bays burst, then they burst. I knew this would happen, and I wouldn't get all the bays in. Whoa, 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 okay, okay, okay. The one that I don't like in the whole combination is our final winner. No! Alright, so, contest still stands. Whoever can make that comment that I said originally at the start of the video, we're trying to be the most descriptive, and I guess also, you know, what battles we should do with it, will be pinned and get a shout out on the next video, so that'll keep people interested in this random booster. I was a little bit late, but I still want to know in the comment section, who is your favorite bay out of this whole set? Like for me, it probably would be Black Spriggan Requiem first. Second would be the Crimson Achilles. Third and fourth, Apollo and Artemis. Driger Fang right after. Actually, Driger Fang might be at the top. No, Driger Fang's at the top for sure. You wanna know what? Give me your top 8 list in the comment section below. I think at least the most plus you'll get out of this random booster is some decent colored parts. You know, some parts that are decent. There is proof if you got the whole set. And the ones that I would say are the worst pick would probably be Longinus. Longinus is not really all that good. Whatever, man. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, tell me, what do you think this Gachi check will be used for? I'll be curious to know all your thoughts in the comment section below. But as always, have an awesome day. As well, 1,000 likes, please.